Ladies and gentlemen, Hard Nosed Derby Podcast. We caught some internet scrutiny last week.
Is that why you're drinking the wiki?
Oh, no, this shit is just delicious.
You sounded so much like the life right there. And I didn't say the wife. I said the life.
Oh, no, people are saying we didn't have the whole story. We said that.
Multiple times.
Nobody that wants to spill the beans has contacted us back yet. So until then, it's my opinion, or go fuck yourself.
It's going to be one of those episodes.
No. That was it. I'm just saying. Until somebody wants to come tell me the whole fucking story, because I can only see so much from the couch.
Yes. And camera angles. And we have reached out to try to get a little bit more solidified stories.
Because I don't know that any time during last week's episode, which I can go back and listen to it, I don't think that I was like, full disclaimer, ladies and gentlemen, I am spitting pure facts tonight.
No. There wasn't.
And I think there were several times when I was like, we don't have the other side of this.
Mm-hmm.
But if Tim Clark or some of his crew wants to reach out, holler at me. We did have one person that seemed like they might be close to that crew that said he knew the story, but I'm just not at liberty to tell you.
Yeah.
Well, then why the fuck did you message me?
Yeah.
We knew we didn't have the whole story.
I wanted to get a couple guests here that at least give us their side of the story.
It seems like Blizzard Bash was such a different show this year that everybody left with COVID.
Yeah. I mean, we've all said that. Spend 4 days in that thing. You feel like shit for a week when you get home. Anyways, even if you don't drink, I felt like I had a week hangover.
Well, it didn't have to be just COVID.
No.
The fumes. And I'm not blaming that on anybody. So don't hold on. I ain't cutting down the venue. That's just me saying that if you breathe in motor fumes for 4 days straight, you're not going to feel super great.
You're going to be a little fucked up for a few days.
100%.
That's what happens.
So hey, don't crucify me.
Correct.
Time to do a raise. We're going to be out of Paris.
We were. The thing about our conversation last week is we kind of jumped all over the board a little bit, just trying to hit a few spots. In a timely manner, I would say it.
We were trying to cover 4 days worth of show in an hour and 15 minutes.
Yes. So we could probably break it down a little bit more if we would like to.
No,
I'm not really saying we like to yet.
No. We'll give that another video.
We did have some guests that were going to be on that we're going to be able to probably massage. How do I want to word this one?
You started with massage.
Massage.
The butt that's been fucked.
From their end.
Yeah. From a driver's standpoint.
The driver builder standpoint, their tech.
And it's not who everybody's thinking. So
No.
Calm down.
No, it was
It was a team that run out there in the compact side.
who I've personally tried to get on all summer long. They didn't have enough time for us.
Right.
Maybe because we worked their asses off, But one of them got sick, so we'll
reschedule that.
Yeah, we rescheduled that.
We are going to have another guest today, though.
Yeah, he is on a different time zone, a way different time zone.
But it's somebody from a state that we've been wanting to talk to for a while.
Yes, yeah. He's actually, I'm going to say, probably our number one listener. I mean, he is ready.
He's for sure very, very active on our page.
Yes.
And just for that, we might have to send him something.
Yeah, we've already got that in the works. He was bummed that he didn't win the the trivia a couple weeks back, and I told him, I said, you know, we'll send you something.
But
Out that
you are
way.
going to listen to us bullshit for a minute.
I was
Yeah.
already thinking about telling you guys to get his address.
We might do that
I've
today
already-
on air. We'll send somebody to his
I've already got his address. That's a long ass ways to send somebody to his house, dude.
That's a long way.
A long ways. I
That's
don't.
what I'm doing next week.
Don't know if I want to go all the way to Washington for a
Oh,
vacation.
hell, I've been out there a few times.
I think I'd rather maybe stop in Salt Lake City or Vegas first.
Been there.
I've been there a few times.
So what are we going to talk about? You want to talk about some of this local stuff that was going down? I know that one of the the derbies in the state of Missouri, they posted some stuff today that was pretty cool.
Posted some numbers, car
Thought that was
counts.
neat.
If
They made it to 14 different shows this year.
dude, that's a lot
It is.
around here. I mean, that is a lot. But you know what's really fucked up? We did half of them.
Yeah.
8 of those are.
Not all of them's posted because they didn't
Right.
go to either Showbina.
Right.
I don't think they were in Salisbury.
Right. But they were at Paris for Halloween, piling up. They were there.
Mother's
And they
Day.
went to Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
Which honestly was 3 of our biggest shows that we had all year. And it shows on the numbers on that page. I think the first one they went to was Mother's Day. We had 120 cars there. Then they went to Huntsville. There was 19 cars there. Madison, there was 32 cars. Centray was 29. Which I think our show was the same night as Centray is in Salisbury.
Yes, sir.
And we had right at 50 cars there.
Yep.
Then they went to Lynn. There was 20 cars there. Montgomery City, they had 20 mowers and 20 cars. 20 cars and 20 mowers. Then they went to the Montgomery Old Thrashers Derby, and that was just the mowers. They had 29 mowers there. Then they come to our Paris show, the Piling Up in Paris. We had 65 cars there. Then they went to Lucky Seven's Figure Eight, and they had 64 cars. Then they went to Mocaine, 55. Madison's Fall Derby, 33 cars. They don't have a number on Eldon's Derby. I don't know how many cars were there.
Which Eldon Derby?
Lucky Sevens. it
Okay.
doesn't say.
Because there was another Eldon Derby on the same night as Halloween Havoc that Chad Markley's promotion company did.
No, that was at the lake.
I'm thinking the
That was
the
bad.
racetrack is in Eldon,
Right, that was bad.
city limits, I guess you would say. Yeah, 20, like 20,
Yeah, I don't know. It
something like
wasn't.
that.
And then they went to Vandalia. There was 37 cars down there. And then they went to Halloween Havoc. And we had 101 there.
So two shows, 221 derbies, or 221 cars at 2 of our shows
Yeah,
together.
yeah,
I think 2 of our shows probably.
yeah. Yeah, you're
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not. I want to say it, but I'm not gonna.
Retirement feels good though.
Yes, it does.
Fuck it. Let's tell them.
We're done.
We didn't make any kind of a Facebook official post.
We will.
Well, yeah. X-nay on the promote.
Yeah, we're gonna hang it up for a little bit. I don't know. We're gonna sell all of our stuff.
It's what's that saying? It's not a goodbye. It's a see you later.
Yeah.
You know,
It may be goodbye.
and it may be. It may be. 2-3 years down the road, you
I
know, if we
that
decide to do
there's
something, we
a
might
few
do
of
something.
us that have been doing this. That it's time to get back in cars.
Have a little bit of fun. Because what everybody thinks, bartender.
But yeah, I don't know. It's time for me to hang that hat up for a little bit.
When, just as you said last week, when it's not, when you don't want to be there,
That's not
or
fair
it
to
seems like you don't want to be there, well, it's time to get the
Yeah.
fuck out.
we showed up, showed out. Like I proved what I set out to prove.
Yeah. Shot glass is empty, bro.
But no, I proved what I set out to prove. They told me I couldn't do it. I put a team together that could. We showed up, we showed out. We had 100-car derbies here in Missouri. They said that was dead. Said you couldn't do that no more.
170 cars the week before Blizzard Bash last year.
Yeah, they said that we couldn't do that no more. They said that the sport has went far enough now. There's enough people that's got their hands in it. You can't do that no more.
There's a lot of people that have their hands in it. Every other town,
Yeah,
village,
township.
they're doing some shit.
If there's a fucking Casey's there, they're one a derby.
Well, or Dollar General.
Oh yeah, flat spot on a hill. We built a Dollar General. Let's have a derby behind it.
Yeah.
And it really wasn't any one thing that made us hang that hat.
No, not at all. I've said it. A balloon can only take so much before it pops. We didn't want to get to that point. So it's time.
I'm ready to go bitch at these shows. I'm ready to tell these guys how shitty they're doing, how much they suck. Fuck it, their calls are stupid. They don't know how to tech cars. Everybody's cheating.
Which eye are you gonna
Y'all
look at?
fucked me.
Which what?
Which eye are you gonna look at when you're bitching?
Oh, John Hendry. For our out-of-state listeners, that is a local guy who is a complete pain in the ass. Had not got a chance to talk to Derek about this. I got a message the other day
Oh shit!
that was neat, like way down with it.
Because here recently we haven't been getting very good messages.
No, this was
We really
this was
haven't.
cool. This was neat actually. There was a dude out of Nebraska that they do the recording and the live stuff like they did Border Wars.
Oh yes.
Yeah, they did that. They reached out. Cody. Pete? Pet? P-E-E-T?
Cody Pete, I think that's
Yeah.
who it is.
He actually reached out and was like talking about stuff that we had talked about on the podcast. And I was like, oh, yeah, hey, man, what's up? And he's way down for us to talk to him and maybe get some insight on that Nebraska life. He was actually asking about doing some collaboration stuff with Filthy Promotions, and I was like, I'd love that. I would. But that's on hold right now.
Wish he would have got with us last winter.
Right.
You know.
Which, and he told me straight up, they're not trying to step on Track Shot's toes.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, as him and I talked, because he gets that old poser or
Yeah.
that stuff all the time. You can't, one person can't cover everything.
No. And here's the thing. All the TSL guys, you know, we know several of them guys personally. We got to work with 3 of them firsthand. They're going.
Yeah, I mean, they're 4 of them.
Them fuckers are
Yeah.
going from New York to California and everything in between.
They are for the growth of this sport.
Yes.
So to see somebody else out there doing that, they're not competing.
No.
They're
I mean,
helping.
and most of the time, those big shows like that aren't on the same night.
Right.
Whether it's Border Wars or South
Yeah, but for the
Dakota.
platforms they're putting them out there on, what's it matter?
Correct.
Because if they are on the same night, if both of them are at different shows, I get to watch both.
Yeah.
So they're just helping the consumer.
Yeah, they're helping 40,000 people instead of 20,000 people
100%.
at that point in time.
You get an opportunity not to leave your couch and get to see all the cool shit.
For free $99, which is
That's
you
my
know,
favorite price.
Yeah,
So I got us some cars like that one time.
he did. I'm not going to sit here and dog on Mark Klein.
No, because
know,
what
with
he's
Derby-
doing is on the other end of the spectrum
Yes.
and still pulling out some badass shit.
You know, when you get to do Spring X, when you do Blizzard Bash, when you do Capital Carnage, when you do Peoria, I'm sure he's going to be at Pecatonica.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's going to be at Sodak. I mean, that's for those guys that either are out of vacation and can't go to those shows.
Or it's just an expense that you don't want to spend.
Correct. I mean, we talked about that so much. I had guys, man, are you going to go to Bash? Are you going to go? I was
have
like,
a
dude,
room.
I'm $650 deep in a hotel at Peoria. I don't want to spend another $1,000. I'd rather go to Peoria, someplace that I've never been, and enjoy that show. And at 10:45, when it's over and done, we can go to AJ's Steakhouse across the street. We
Have
can,
spaghetti at the strip club.
yeah. I mean, hey, it's Taco Tuesday somewhere.
100%.
Dude, that's
Taco
in the
Tuesday
big
on
city.
Friday
That's the
night.
big thing. You got a taco bar. You go to a strip club and it's a taco bar. Your entry to get into the strip club includes the buffet.
Can you get your tits out of my scrambled eggs?
You putting scrambled eggs on tacos? What the hell?
Breakfast tacos.
Breakfast
Oh,
burritos.
breakfast burritos. That means A, we've ended up being there and they're way too long, and we need to go the fuck home.
I've been there. Usually
This-
extracurriculars were at play at that
What was it?
point.
What
We
did
do not condone the use of drugs, by the way.
what'd they say the other night? Street pharmacist?
Yes.
Yeah. Somebody's
Yeah.
shit's somebody's messenger's going off, and it's not mine. Some of the stuff that we talked about last week, one of them was talking about an invite to the Turkey Derby, which I believe that's a Jason Koch show. Am I correct? In Indiana.
I don't know. We better fact check that, or we're gonna have.
I
our
don't want to
dicks
get
stepped
anybody
on.
upset, but I'm pretty sure that's a Coke Promotions. I can't remember in Indiana, but I know there's.
But we got to start getting those facts, because if not, we're dumb fucks.
We're gonna get called
right out the
on it.
gate.
I did get a Snapchat today. Mr. Blake Neely is his shit is on the trailer, fixed. Drive shaft.
Now,
in
did
there.
you talk to him? Is that
I didn't
fact,
talk to Blake,
or-
but I did get a Snapchat that said "loaded up, ready for Turkey Derby,
Okay.
It is in Wabash.
Wabash, Indiana."
We might
At the
copy
fairgrounds.
that and post it on a link whenever we post this episode. That way, that we've cited our sources for these college professors that are calling us
I
out.
kind of feel like Donald Trump. You know, everything that we say just gets fact checked.
Oh, fuck.
Everything. But here's, that's what we talked about before we hit the go button. You know what? We can say whatever the fuck we want to say.
I mean, it doesn't make it any smart. It doesn't have to be right. It doesn't have to be smart.
See, I was right. It was Coke Racing Promotions. Mr. Smartass over here.
We will cite the source.
I don't want to see
On
any
that.
more messages that we got our ass handed to. Also, other fact checks, they have canceled their 70s wire class, and I have a picture of that if anybody wants to talk shit anymore.
Well, I think what happened is Jason is not a dummy. Jason has been in the sport a long time, and that's a promotion company that we don't really get to talk about. But Jason will put on shit from Indiana, Kentucky, West Virginia, all the way down to Florida, Daytona Beach. I remember Robin Kelly a couple years ago. They went down with the
Vacation.
Bakers for vacation. They were going to watch the Derby. COVID took it out. So, but they were standing where this Derby was going to
Yeah.
happen. So Jason's not a dummy. It looks like the 70s Wires class was canceled. They didn't have enough interest. So what he did is what it looks like is he added Blizzard Bash mod cars.
Oh, well, that'd be a terrible idea, wouldn't it?
The first
That right there is keeping your finger on the pulse. Mm-hmm. We've talked about it. Just like if we would have promoted next year, what were we at? Mini trucks, full size stock trucks. at a couple shows. Mm-hmm. You wait. I mean, everybody put this on the calendar. Write it down. Chisel this shit in stone. Carve it in a motherfucking tree. Mark my words. Everybody and their dog will come out with a truck class.
Mm-hmm. It'll probably be the mini trucks, just like Austin had over in Pleasant Hill.
Yep.
Your Rangers, your Dakotas, your S10s, with your
I'm just telling you,
SUVs and
it's
your
coming.
vans. Oh, yeah.
It's coming.
Dude, how many fucking Rangers are in a fence row? How many Dakotas are in a fence row?
We talked about it last year. We were going to add it at a couple of our shows. Couldn't find anybody that we felt comfortable with the rule set yet. Had done some research. We're ready to drop it at Mother's Day Madness. This is where it was going to come out at. Luckily, that shit has been
Canceled.
but finger on the pulse.
So, I mean, there is that opportunity for another promotion company.
And hey, I'm going to go ahead and give you other local promoters around here. Just a little heads up. Hey, psst. Your first show of the year, I would have Blizzard Bash mod compacts. And a cradle class. Build it and they will come.
I did see your post. You know, there's 72 promoters in the state of Missouri, and none of them will step out on a limb to try it.
Hey, it might cost you some money.
It might. I mean, you know, the Wood Boys.
Yeah.
Last year, they tried it last year, and they're, I mean...
Wrong time of the year. Nothing against those guys. Terrible time of the year to try that class.
Now,
I'm just telling you, if you blow that class out around April, you're going to come out of the fucking woodwork.
because what do they run at Capital Carnage for compacts? Do they run their Blizzard Bash compacts?
Oh, I don't know. Somebody better check that.
Hold on, give me a
Before I
second.
even say anything on it. I ain't gonna comment.
Because if so, then you've got a lot of cars left over from this year.
It doesn't matter even after Carnage.
Because them fucking things don't bend.
No.
And if they do bend, guess what? They get to pull them down and put plates on them.
Right. And if you promote your show the way your show should be promoted, you will grab out-of-state drivers.
Yes.
Pay them.
Pay them. There's the backside of it.
Pay them.
You
Don't pay 'em
have
to come make the payouts worth coming.
Yeah, you have to pay them. These guys aren't going to go run.
They will.
They
Because
will.
I see them do it.
Yeah,
But if you give them a little insight, more of them show up. Now, don't get too crazy.
here's the
Because
deal.
I've seen the payouts hurt things, too.
Oh, yeah, because it scares them away.
Uh-huh.
But it's got to be that little carrot on a stick. You know what I'm saying? Just hold it out in front of them
Or
just a
in
little
my
bit.
case, it would be more of a Twinkie.
Yeah. Yeah. Where if these guys would pay attention with the car counts, what was one of the things that we did different than everybody else? Our payouts, our money.
It wasn't just that. Rob Hewer had set me down whenever I first started doing all this shit. And everybody's going to tell me, oh, you're talking over there la, 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 on the Hewers, whatever. Rob set me down. He said, you got to watch what's going on around you.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude wasn't wrong.
No.
And I did. I kind of sat back and I was like, you know what? Maybe it's not about just what I want to watch.
You got to worry about the 2,000 people in the stands that's what they want to watch.
And the 120 drivers that are showing up.
Yes.
And what they want to do.
What they want to run.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're other promotion companies, fuck it. You just let them run whatever.
Correct. For like $14 and a Snickers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like
I
you're-
need $20,000. We can settle this out of court right now with $20 and a 40.
that's
$15 in stamps.
these guys, and I'm not sitting here bashing on them.
A little bit you are.
No, I'm not. Just for the simple fact that sometimes there is limitations on
Funding.
the monetary end from fair boards
But
and
there was on
whatnot.
our end too.
Oh yeah, there was.
You just clenched your ass cheeks, put it on a piece of paper, and you've dealt with it after the show.
Yeah, it's one of them. Hey guys, I think this is going to work. I'm almost positive this is going
And
to
if
work.
it
Let's do it.
doesn't, make sure your fucking savings account looks decent before you start the show.
Yeah.
'Cause there was one show up here at Paris that we did. We had zero knowledge of what we had made. We wrote every check out of my personal checking account.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I hope whoever's holding them dice is rolling sevens.
And put the house to win.
Well, I was handing the checks out. I was like, oh, don't drop these motherfuckers. Hope you can dribble. You ever played basketball, boy?
But it is. I mean, it is scary. It is scary. It's nerve wracking.
It had me fucked up for a week leading up to the Derby. And then at least 4 days after that bitch until all them checks cleared.
Because
Or in
don't
some people's
because
cases,
don't think
they didn't clear.
Yeah.
And everybody was calling me, what the fuck's going on? I'm like, I don't know, let me call the bank. Yeah, call the bank. Hold up.
Yeah,
Hold up. Wait a
that
minute.
was a rumor too. Yeah, but I heard all these checks bounced. I said no, the great big ones didn't.
Oh, no, it
The
was
little
just
bit, the little
bullshit.
bitty bullshit ones.
And I had to deal with that bank. That's what was stupid about that whole thing. They were supposed. It didn't matter whether a $30,000 check come in. They were supposed to clear that bitch, and then come back on me personally.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, they kicked a bunch of $250
$50 checks out.
Checks out. I have no clue. Still,
But had no problem with the $1,800 and the $1,500 and the $1,200. Yeah, they had no problem with it. None of that big stuff. Yeah,
shit happens, guys.
it does. We can only get money to the bank so fast.
Well, and it's not just that, and that's why I don't want everybody to think that I was picking on Tim Clark last week, because I was not. I've been there. I want to know his side. Tell me.
I didn't tell you either because we haven't got to talk much. I did get a message, and a gentleman said, I have Tim's number if you would like it. I said, well, in my brain, I'm thinking, like as we spoke last week, we might need to let the dust settle a little bit.
Yes, I don't care if it's January.
Yes.
I'd still like to talk about it.
Yeah. It just makes it worse when a lot of the stuff that happened was personal friends, and that you still
That's
on the
skews, and that's a little bit
It-
of bias, and that's
it
what I
is.
was trying to hold away from last week. And that's why I said, well, that 1 minute deal. I get it. Now, I did hear that there was some other shit that went down in that same sense, but until somebody gets on here and tells me any different, I'm going to keep talking out of my ass.
let the fact checkers just
Well, I mean, people that know me, they know that I'm going to talk shit, drink a little whiskey, drink some beers. Like, I'm sorry. Quit listening to me every Thursday. Fuck.
I'll be nice. This will air Thursday, but today, as we're recording, happy birthday, Tim Clark.
Well, it is Tim Clark's birthday today. Hey, and while we're giving shout outs, congratulations to Adam and Lauren Lemonager,
Oh.
birth of their daughter. She is going to share my wife's birthday.
Oh.
Adam did blow the balls off this one, finally.
So,
now Adam gets to go get his nuts cut.
are we taking requests from now on? Because I feel like you all just added a segment.
If we're taking requests, our tech,
fuck,
our
here.
tech
Well-
lady just posted something 6 minutes ago, and you'll never guess who the first person to react to that thing was. Mr. Jeremy from Washington.
Correct yourself. I ain't no tech lady.
My mom.
Editor dummy.
You want me to tech the Clarks? We'll have a good ass derby.
Run what you brung, boys. Kickers, fuck it.
Everybody, come on.
In preparation for next year, I think there is going to be some decent local shows. I think we are going to get to see some new shit. I've heard some different stuff going around.
Mhm.
I heard that there may be a team show across the river. I don't know any any details on that.
Oh.
I'm hoping that comes to light before too long.
Which I do know. I did see that they redid their fair board. They voted in their new officers for Pike County, Illinois, and they're already working on their derby schedule right now.
Good.
Which
That needs to, because there's a couple different promoters that I've talked to about taking over a couple of the bigger shows that I had. We had, whatever. I'm going to have to get that shit rolling pretty quick because the people that we talked to have already set dates.
Mm-hmm.
There's dates ready to go.
Yep. And just think it's not even December yet.
All right. We had our shit ready.
Yeah.
Just sucks we tuck tail and run. Probably after we made all that money off that last show.
All that money off
Tons
that
of
last
it.
show.
All those pennies.
Retirement money. Fuck you money, as you would say.
It's not Oprah money. It's not Samuel L. money. It's broke ass white boy money.
No, it's fuck you money. That's why I quit doing them, because I ain't making no money, so fuck you.
And everybody sits there and, man, there's no way that y'all didn't make no money. There's no way that y'all didn't make no money. I said, did you all saw the car counts, right? Well, yeah, y'all had a shitload of cars. Did y'all see anybody in the stands? No, it's a little bit low. Yeah,
No shit.
correct. And as much as we've talked about it, the people in the stands is what makes your money.
I don't
To
think,
pay
I
your
think that That's
payouts.
what people don't understand. All the money that is made off of Demolition Derby comes from your stands.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't charge the people that are putting the show on. You can't put them in charge of making the show work.
But we lived and learned.
It is what it is. Let's get our caller.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we do have somebody on the phone with us. A little bit different time zone, as we were speaking of earlier. A whole lot of different area. All the way from Port Angeles, Washington. We have Mr. Jeremy Petty on the phone with us today. Jeremy, how in the hell are you, sir?
I am doing good. How are you guys?
Great.
Well, it's cold as balls here, so 6-inch Carhartts and all that stuff.
Too.
So let's jump into this. What kind of cars you running out there in Utah?
Actually, I've never ran in Utah before.
Really?
So, yeah, the last one I ran was in Forks, Washington, and it was the 1979 Ford Ranchero.
See, where I have talked to you on Messenger, and the big divide, what the popular cars around here are compared to what the popular cars are out, that far west from us.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like you've run some Dodge stuff as well. I think you're a Mopar man a little bit too. What is one of the kind of basic build / car that's kind of everybody's go-to out there?
I'd say out here lately has been the Caddies.
So that is trickling. Would you say that's trickling out that direction, or is that something they've been building out there for a little bit?
Me, myself, I get pretty much anything cheap. So whatever I can find, I will build.
Yeah, I seen where it looked like you were kind of working on a new style.
Yes, I actually have I believe it's a 97 Crown Vic that I'm building for the 4th of July next year out there in Forks, Washington as well.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think I might have seen one of your pictures on there. It looked like you might have brought a trophy home from there at one point.
Yes, I actually pulled off a second place in the heat race.
Gotcha.
My car was absolutely annihilated after that heat, so I did not make the main.
What type of build is that? Is that a heavier build, or are they lighter build, or what are y'all working with out that direction?
Well, they used to have full weld cradles and all that fun stuff, and now they kind of kicked back to the more stocker build. No weld in the seams. We're allowed a lower cradle, slider drive shaft, and you can do a 5x5 square tube for a front bumper, and then a 10-inch bumper bracket plate.
I got you. So I mean,
I like
you're-
a Spring X roll.
yeah, you all are pretty close to like what they're doing in Illinois with the Spring X stuff on the stalker side of things.
Yep, and then our local show too here in Port Angeles every August, they're kind of adapting to the same rule set as Forks. So we're kind of getting on the same page to where if you have something left over from the Forks, you can bring it out in August and finish it off type deal.
Sounds like somebody's getting smart.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
we've
finally.
actually, well, and before we got you on the phone, we talked quite a bit about that. It was basically keeping your finger on the pulse to what's going on around you.
Right, yeah.
Now, out that direction, we've talked about it, and I know you've heard it on our podcast. There are shows everywhere around here. Now, are they plentiful out that direction, or are they more of a hit and miss type deal?
Nowadays, they are more hit and miss. We have a local fair here once a year. We have 4th of July once a year. Over in Monroe, Washington, they kind of have some here and there. Kitsap, Washington has a season of maybe 7 or 8 shows, but most of them aren't wanting to do the derby style. It's more oval and figure 8 racing. So it's kind of like, I see your guys' shows over there. It's like, man, I really want to travel over there just to watch one. Like that's all hundreds of cars. It's just crazy.
Now, we know you are a very avid listener. Did you get to watch?
Absolutely.
Did you get to watch Blizzard Bash through pay-per-view?
I really wanted to, but was not able to. I've been looking at a few of them on YouTube here and there, but no, I really want to try to get out there next year, fly out for the show, and watch it.
Well, we have actually been talking. We want to try to go to Utah because
That would be cool.
now, how far is that? Like Heber City, how far is that from you? Is that drivable or is that still flying?
It's drivable, but we've had some local guys from here go over there and run. So it's drivable, but if I were to go, I would more than likely go to watch. So we would just fly.
See, but I've got a guy that's sitting right next to me, and he won't fly.
No?
No. He says, you guys fly, I'll drive, and I'll meet you out there.
All you gotta do is get some of those pre-flight drinks, and you're good to go.
You wouldn't have to twist his arm to do that very hard, I promise you.
Excellent.
Says a 30-hour drive from here to Port Angeles.
30 hours from us to you.
Oh wow. Yeah, I think when I planned it out last time. It was
Holy
about-
shit, dude, you're like way up past Seattle?
Yeah, I'm up at the tip.
You're on a tip.
I'm just on the tip. I'm not at the back yet.
Well, Jeremy, how did you get started in the Derby? Man, is it something that has been in your family, or is it just you just kind of jumped off the deep end and said fuck it and just went for it?
Well, it all started back when I was just a little baby, pretty much. My dad used to race out at our local speedway here in the hobby stocks, and then they introduced the bump to pass class where you would have to hit the guy in front of you, spin him out, and you'd pass him. Well, then I saw that, and it's like, oh, wow, that's kind of cool. And then they started doing a local fair here with the demo cars. It's like, I want to do that when I get older. And so I turned 16, and off I was going.
Off you went. And it doesn't sound like it's going to be stopping anytime soon, because I know you're already working on next year's stuff already, and it's not even Thanksgiving yet.
Planning ahead. I actually did, in 2017, I decided to hang it up for I was done. I wanted to spend more time with the family. I was caught up in too much of the drama around here. It wasn't fun anymore. Well, then I'd say about, 2020, 2019, my son wanted to do the kid class, which we brought in a couple years before that, the 10 to 15-year-olds. So I built him a car for that, went out, helped him. He got second to me, and then it just relit the fire. So the next year, I was like, hey, I really want to get back into it, so I started building again. So it was a short-lived retirement.
Well, a lot of times whenever we hear a derby driver say retirement, it's usually just a break.
Yeah, for sure.
Because Derek's seen it too. How many times have you seen these guys? I'm done, selling out, it's over.
I've seen dudes sell out that took them forever to build up to, sell out,
Yep.
hang out for 2 or 3 years, and then buy right back in.
Where they had stopped.
Yeah. A good buddy of mine over in Illinois, he did it. It was time to be with the family, the wife and the kids. And he said, if you're not ever considering being completely done with it,
Don't sell your
don't
shit.
sell your shit.
Yep.
He said, you don't realize how much more expensive it is when you have to buy back in compared to what you had when you sold it.
Oh, man, it is so much more expensive from what I remember. Trying to accumulate all this stuff back together to be able to build these cars nowadays. It's like, dang, I almost resulting to selling myself on the corner to make money for it.
Well, that's why they got.
That'd be enough to get like a couple wheel centers or something off of NRL.
They got OnlyFans and OnlyFeet and all kinds of shit. I mean, there's pretty much any way to subsidize some income.
When we started over here in Missouri, OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Only vans.
Well, as I posted on Facebook the other day with all these women that can't cook, I'm gonna start one only pans. What drivetrain you running?
I had just a stock tired 307 last year, well, this year, and then I bumped that up to a small block 400 that was recently rebuilt with mild cam, and then was informed that they don't like to get hot very well.
They do not. They do not like heat.
Not at all.
Which it kind of works out here because our heats don't normally last as long as, say, over in your guys' area. They're 5 minutes and we're done, so I don't think it'll be too much of a hassle.
Shit, I might be able to drag it. I might be able to pull a paycheck out there.
Yeah?
5 or 6 minutes?
Oh, yeah.
Hell, my old lady be happy in that time.
Twice.
That's like, I just doubled my time.
Man, I know you've got some stuff in the works. The car that you were building right now, for next summer, is it the same type of build that you ran rule sets, what you did all this year, or is it something kind of a little off the wall?
It is going to be identical build, just a few years newer. It's the same stock build, 10-inch bumper plate, all that fun stuff.
So the next question is, you are that far out towards the big lakes. How hard is it to find good cars that aren't just sea rusted to shit?
I would say fairly hard around here. Like I lucked out on this 97 Vic. It's been around me and my buddy since 2015. A friend of mine got it, drove it around, he stripped it, sold it to me, I sold it to another buddy, and then it just got back to me this year. And it is solid. There's no rust on it at all.
Well, it sounds like she's a little slutty.
It is. She wants to make her round.
Can't hate on her. Because she's fixing on getting bent.
Because that's what I was going to ask. So the quality of car out there, it's rough. You got to dig.
Yeah, but most of them around here, you're lucky to find a good, solid car around these areas for old iron. The newer stuff seems to last a little bit. I mean, not much salt used on the roads around here. It's mainly sand.
So, with that being said, are you all allowed rust repair?
I believe so to a point. I haven't done a lot of rust repairs, so I'm not too familiar on that.
That's where we didn't know, maybe because here most of the rust repair you've got to cut it out and replace. Where it used to be, 5, 6, 7 years ago, you just put a plate over it and roll with it. And now they're really trying to veer away from that because now they're wondering what you hid up under there. And was it a true rust repair? So out comes the scopes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we don't have scopes around your neighborhood.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's low class around here.
Maybe you ought to call us off air.
Yeah, come on out. Load your shit. Bring her on out.
What's the tech situation like out there?
No, but it's fun. I've been doing it, like I said, since I was 16 years old. I'm 37 this year. Took a couple years break, and I started out in Steven's favorite, compacts.
He's a listener.
Of course, you started out in compact. I'd already done my homework. I Facebook stalked you. I seen what you'd been in.
Go grab a drink. I'm going to talk compacts for a little bit.
Beer and a hot dog.
Super cool. I mean, the kids, they're running. I built my son a car this year, compact. It was a little 93 Subaru that we picked up from our other son. I built a cousin. It was her first time. She was really interested in the Derby, so she was like, I want to do it. And it's like, all right, we'll build your car. And then now I have another said cousin that wants to do it next year. And so it's pretty cool having these kids being interested in that stuff rather than games and phones. But
you're yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Any kid that you can get involved in this sport is going to be better than them sitting on the couch playing on a cell phone.
absolutely. Yep.
And it's a whole bit. It's a whole different deal when you're, when it is your kid going out there and doing something that you love, and being able to pass that down to see the light in his eyes. The bouncing off the wall, nervous, adrenaline, everything going. We've always said if you can get your kids into a derby, doing the derby, they'll never have money to afford a drug.
Oh, that is 100% true.
I mean, Steven will even tell you, he knows some crackheads that tried the derby and they weren't worth a fuck either one of them.
No,
Because
they weren't even good cracking. And then you'd see them try to mix the two, and I've seen some shit show up. That was the ones that were cutting their kids' swing sets apart and making cages out of them.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we've seriously seen 2x4s. We've seen 4x4s. We have seen...
I've seen muffler pipe used for a cage.
Yes, for a centerboard.
Yeah, my kids were never that lucky. I never got to the point of doing the swing set out of that good stuff. But yeah, we have, between my wife and I, we have 5 kids. And I built our 2 older sons' cars back when they were 10 and 15. They ran a couple times and didn't seem to be their thing. And then now I have my son. He's really into it. He's always derby this, derby that. He's taking welding classes in high school now, and it's like, sweet, get better at that. And then old dad can take the time off.
Correct. And make sure he's really good at welding doors.
Yeah, because I hate
That is the
welding.
worst part.
Anything sheet metal related.
Anymore, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Just chain it. Just chain the door. I don't care.
I can't because
Chain it.
I've learned about geometry and pressure.
Chain really won't hold
And
that.
that is a big part of pressure.
Chain it and then throw some Gorilla Tape around it. All are good.
Woo!
I've done it. I had a Lincoln you could open the front doors on. If you would have taken the bolt out of the
For
chain,
stripping them out afterwards.
Way easier. Way
Yeah.
easier.
No, we had a guy around here that got second place one night and opened the door and got out and get his trophy.
I remember that.
That's awesome.
He opened the door. I was like, holy shit, we let him in here. I said, who teched that car?
Steven slowly raises his hand.
Maybe me. I don't know.
Son of a bitch.
Awesome.
Well, dude, yeah, we know you're hitting hitting your local stuff up there. We talked to you just a little bit ago, and you're wanting to do some flying. Check out some of these big shows.
When are we going to see you in a car at one of them?
Correct.
Man, I would love. I was telling my wife not too long ago. I was telling her about your podcast. It's like, man, they run these cool ass shows over there. I would love to be able to haul a car over there, or fly over for a week to build a gun and go. I don't even care what it was, just run.
Well, if he's going to fly out here, I'd just buy a gut and go when you got here.
Right.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You can, you catch the right people. You can get a van for $500.
Yeah.
You don't tell people what I give for cars, dick.
I didn't say anything. I held up fingers.
No, shh. Trade
But
secrets.
yeah, I mean, I would love to fly over there. Maybe at your guys.
Yeah, but you've
Other
got
than
some
Nickel
decent
everywhere?
shows out that direction.
In this direction, in Utah and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can't remember what year it was, but I really wanted to. I had my eyes locked on a Pacer that I was going to go pick up for Oregon and put a 2-3 pin loader in it and take over there. And then
We
I
need to
started
give him
calculating
Josh Gordon's
everything,
number.
fuel prices, and then kind of went soft on it. Like it was a lot of money back then, but I don't know. Maybe
Well,
one of these days win the lottery or something, I'll be able to do it.
anymore, the Joe Biden gas makes a traveling trip that far
Absolutely.
pretty damn expensive.
Absolutely.
Man, maybe it's going to be one of them things where I can get some big asshole next to me on an airplane and we'll come out to Utah for a weekend. I can't never pronounce that show, but I know it's in Heber City, Utah. Maybe that's something where...
The Washa or Wacha or...
Yes. You know what I'm talking about, the one in July.
Yep.
Yeah, Wasatch County Fair.
Yeah.
Holy shit! It's paid $15,000 to win the world class.
Uh-huh.
It's paying $5,000 to win the minis.
That would be a blast.
$4,000 to pay on the '80s wire and old iron wire, and the weld class pays 16 spots, and it's $1,000 from 6th to 15th.
Well, shit, that would pay for a quarter of the fuel to get back.
$100,000 in payouts.
$100,000 in payouts,
Oh,
which is a qualifier
yep.
for Grand Rapids, South Dakota,
Yep.
November 2nd, 3rd, and 4th,
So
2023.
Black Hills Beatdown.
Yeah.
No, Black
You
Hills
guys
Beatdown
keep
is
me posted on
different.
if you're going for sure, and I will try my best to get down there to hang out with y'all. That'd be cool.
Well, I'm going to try to make the South Dakota show.
That's what's that? South Dakota to you is what, 20 hours probably?
Yeah, somewhere around there. But it's doable. We've had some guys go there too, South Dakota, back in Hills, or I believe that's it. Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you've ever heard of it or not, but I know that whenever I was out that direction, I used to deliver campers all over the United States. In Spokane, Washington, there's a decent derby out there.
Yeah, Spokane. Yep, I have an uncle that lives over there actually.
Yep, I was actually in the vicinity whenever that went down. It was in September at some point. And it actually, like, there was some videos and stuff on YouTube about it. It looked like a decent show. I was going to stop in there.
Yeah, I've seen some stuff posted about that show as well. Yeah, I've mainly only stayed on the west side of
Right.
Washington. I haven't gone anywhere over by. Well, I take that back. I've been to Monroe, Washington, Log Derby.
Well, dude, if you go any farther west in Washington, your fucking ass is swimming.
100%.
And I am not a good swimmer, so I stay away from the water.
Well, you need to drink more beer with us because we're pretty buoyant.
100%.
Excellent. Cool.
I mean, Missouri guys,
down.
we don't drink beer. We don't drink whiskey. We chew
shoot.
we chew a little tobacco, and that's just about it. Well, Jeremy, man, it was cool to get caught up with you. I know we've been kind of hee-hawing around it, trying to figure out when we was going to get you on, and I did tell you it was going to be after Blizzard Bash.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
We can't talk to you about Blizzard Bash because you didn't watch it, but you know it was kind of a
Right?
what we would kind of consider it a to put this nicely, a clusterfuck.
Well, and you know, I've heard the clusterfuck word thrown around out there, but I've also heard from some of the other guys that said it was a pretty good derby.
Best one in a couple years.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll get that shit cleared up here in the next few weeks. Jeremy, if you talk real nice to Derek, he might send you some login information where you could possibly view some of that Blizzard Bash.
Okay.
So
Or just bite the bullet and go on the Derby Peas and bring it. Okay.
Well, I can send you my login, and then you can watch it for free up to 30 days. So you can kind of go in and create your own opinion of some of the stuff that we watched as well. You're not really going to get the info that we got, air quotations of true or false, about some of the tech issues and stuff like that. You're not going to see that part, but you're definitely going to be able to see the calls that were made on the track, and the guys coming out of retirement, putting on a show. So, yeah, I mean, dude, just pay attention to your messenger. I'll send you over some info, let you check that out. And you'll have roughly 23 days or so to watch it. So, man, when we get closer to spring, we'll definitely catch up with you again and try to...
like I said, I'd like to make it out there to Utah at some point, and maybe we could all rendezvous there.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd love to hang out with you guys.
Just
every
prep your-
Thursday, looking forward to the podcast because you guys are hilarious as ever.
Hey, only thing I'm going to tell you, man, is prep your liver.
Oh, I'm ready.
He says, I'm prep, bitches.
I've been training for this day.
It sounds like we're going to Beer Fest.
Excellent.
Well, dude, we appreciate you getting on, showing us, talking about the little on the far west coast of how you guys do it up there. And we will definitely get a hold of you before spring. And as soon as I hang up, we'll shoot you a message over, get you some login info. And then we're going to have a little bit of probably some swag as soon as the editor can get it made and send out your way as well, too, man.
Perfect. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, Jeremy. We appreciate you, man.
All right. Have a great night.
That was a little different. We usually don't get that west.
That's west. That's East Coast. He's far west coast.
He's on the tip. He's on the end of it.
Like Port Angeles. I mean,
Well,
it's
I'm
called
telling
a
you, if I
port for a
was
fucking
drunk out
reason.
there, I'd end up in the water.
Oh yeah, you'd be a swimming salty bitch.
No, that was cool. That was cool as shit.
That just shows completely different region, completely different build style to a certain extent.
Man, their rules set. I'm gonna have to check it out. I'm gonna have to get him to send us the rules.
Yeah, because how he explained it, that was Spring X
Yeah.
team show stock rules.
Yeah.
I mean, 10-inch bumper bracket, no seam welding.
Homemade bumper.
Yeah, you can probably cold tilt it.
Yeah.
All that shit. You know, it sounds like it might be a stout motherfucking car. I mean, it really did.
It sounded like a light tech.
I'm not dragging 30 hours, homie. Not doing it.
Well, can you get my car in your fucking airplane?
Oh, but I can get you on
Can you get your fat ass on my airplane?
I don't think they allow light welds through baggage claim.
Carry on.
That'd be a son of a bitch to get through the metal detector.
I don't know what it is.
I've got
It's all-
enough titanium in me.
it's all poly.
It don't like it either.
Or as
So.
my gut and go guys would say, it's just a little spray foam to protect the wire. Sons
Dylan
of
Patrick,
bitches.
while there's 10 cans in the core support. I just went and bought 10 cans.
He's like, I knew this was going to happen.
You put it on there, Stooge. Every time, man. I know you're gonna. You know we're gonna make you cut it. So why even bring it? Well, I had this one. I know you already had it built, but you had 3 days between now and then.
The
You
only
can
thing
remove
that our podcast might hurt a little bit from us not promoting is we're not going to have our stories.
No, but now we're still gonna have stories. We're just gonna. It'll be different stories.
We're going to be on the driver's side of stories.
It'll be on the different end.
Oh, yeah, because Steven runs all the derbies. Yeah,
no,
he-
but we go to every fucking one of them.
Right.
There's the difference.
No, not if I got a camper.
Pull that through tech.
Well, we talked to Sam about the Pecatonica, and it's got camping spots. So,
Even if I don't want to go to the derby.
correct. We can just haul 4.5 hours and to go camp.
Oh,
But it will
man.
be a badass show.
Yes.
Badass show.
I think we're going to get to see some cool shit 2023.
I hope. You've got some guys stepping out on a limb, doing stuff that they've never done. You've got some guys that are trying some change. You even got some guys that are going back a little more old school, I'm not going to throw any derby out right now, but there's some guys that are trying to go back to kind of a bone stock is what I would call it. Not motor to car, not rear end to car, not
Right, no
that
plate.
type of shit. No plates. I don't think no down tubes.
Factory bumpers.
Yep. Factory body bolts.
Which I'm telling you, if there is a guy that I'm thinking of that might accidentally hear this podcast, his dick just did what the Grinch's heart did after Christmas.
Cha-ching! Yeah, there's a.
4 sizes bigger.
But we are going to.
I'm telling you, everybody's going to get sick of listening to it. Peoria, that is going to be the next stop.
Dude, that's going to be badass.
It's going to be nasty.
So I guess we got to figure out when the fuck we got to build your car.
Well, I got to figure out what I'm taking first.
Kind of hard to build if you don't know what you're taking.
I've got options.
Did you check that Doba yet?
No.
Options of someone else's Lincoln.
That would kind of be a perfect fit. If you can get some asshole to come off of it.
No, I don't want it. I think I'm going to take a 89 Cadillac.
Fuck you.
I know what you gave for it. I'll double your money. Not the
$3.99.
Cadillac. Not the Cadillac. The Lincoln.
My Lincoln?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Not even white man price?
See, you're going to get us racially profiled here in just a minute. One more of those comments. You've got one more. You got one more, and we're gonna get fined.
We're gonna.
Who are you gonna get fined by? The SEC?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
We're just going to start throwing
Well,
heads
we-
into stall windows.
Easy.
Well, I will tell you, a few podcasts ago, I did listen to it, and I quit counting motherfucks like 104 times.
Man, whenever we started this shit, too, we were PG as fuck.
Yes, we were.
There was maybe like one F
No,
word.
there was-
I'm
I
gonna
think
blame it
we
on
were-
Clayton.
Yeah,
Clayton was
yeah.
the first one to ever drop it.
Yep.
He's like, man, you said shit, and I just had to drop the motherfucker. I was like, serious, dude?
Next week, whenever we do this, if we get it, I'm trying to figure out when we're gonna have time to do it.
Somebody's on vacation. It is holiday week.
We're gonna try to squeeze one in there.
Yep. If not, we will announce it.
Yeah.
That we're actually taking a week off for the holidays as well. But, we'll get you caught up.
The next podcast that we do, I want it to be informative, and I want to.
All of our podcasts are very informative.
Nah, I'm
That's a
talking.
fact.
I'm talking more on the build side of things.
Okay.
I'm ready to jump back into some of that. We've covered the mods, covered the stocks, covered the compacts, covered the gut and goes.
What else is there to cover?
Light well. I want to dive into that good, strong, clean light well build. We haven't talked about that.
Yeah, because when we talked to Justin a couple weeks ago, we didn't really get to
We didn't get into the
it.
build. We got into what he was running, what it was, what he was thinking about it, but we didn't get to talk about how it was built.
Correct.
And there is another thing that we've talked about for a while that I would like to jump into in the near future, and that is the youth building. I have reached out to a certain builder's daughter. She's not sure how she wants to do it or if she wants to, but I think it's going to be one of those deals she's going to be put on the spot.
Am I her dad's #1 fan?
Yes.
I hope they come here.
If not, we may go to them. They're not that far away.
No, they're not.
I'm
They're
putting my
not.
hand on his leg under the table.
You ever seen the movie Dirt?
Yeah.
Remember when Razzle sits down at the table, you know, he's meeting him for the first time, and yeah.
Well, that's not the movie that comes to mind when I see Psy. You ever seen Varsity Blues?
10! Fucking 10!
Do I have to do it?
I'm gonna have to get you in your old man's Ford,
What
And I'll
for?
bring you-
Gone.
and I'll bring you the fucking potbelly pig.
That's how we're showing up to the house.
I love that dog.
Oh shit!
Oh, goddamn.
We're off track.
Way off
Reel it
track.
back in. Reel it back in.
I think it's a pig.
So this will launch Thanksgiving morning.
Everybody be hungover.
Yes. We did speak. We're on YouTube.
Yeah. This episode has just been complete scatterbrain bullshit.
Not near as bad as last week, but we kind of tried to get it in there. But, you know, all the stuff when you're cooking the Thanksgiving turkey that morning, making the green bean casserole.
Yeah, who doesn't want to hear a motherfucker from Stephen Adams?
Like your family all gathered
That's
around.
fine as long as Grandma ain't up in that bitch just chilling in the kitchen.
Willie, your mama's in the sauce again.
But now we're Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Play,
Google.
YouTube, Google Podcast. You have plenty of platforms to listen to us. And if you have an Alexa, all you got to do is say, "Hey Alexa, play Hard Nosed Derby podcast." Guess what? Ding! Here it comes.
There's an
So,
Alexa
hey-
down at Wanda's.
Hey, wiretap. Play Hard Nosed Dirty. Podcast.
Pretty much. But any last words?
If you all haven't noticed yet, I've tried to plug Hewer on every podcast we've had, and nobody's said anything about it yet.
Not yet.
It's driving me nuts.
When they start hearing glot, glot, that's when they'll start questioning.
Oh, shit. Trey, I hope you get better, little buddy. I know you've been laid up in bed. He had the COVID.
Is that what was Skirner's thinking of? Looking for 90 to 94 Lincoln?
No, I know exactly why he's looking for that shit.
He was looking for that for one of his,
Homies.
yeah.
He tried
Who
to-
might be one of the baddest motherfucking new style builders out there.
Gage
Whose back was probably hurting
Gage
after
Sumner.
the blizzard ban.
Gage Sumner was really quick to tell him to,
Get
in
the fuck
not so
outta here.
nice words, get out. So, guys, we will see you
When we see you.
Thanksgiving morning.
Gobble gobble.
Make junk, boys.